Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Joseph Bradley from Almond Ross. You visit my website at www.almondross.com. I want to talk a little bit about something that bothers me a lot when people bring it up. It's about our understanding of certain things about life. I know there's a lot of spiritual people that feel very, very, very strongly, and I'm not saying that you're wrong. What I'm telling you is my truth and my understanding, what I believe in. When you come here on earth, are we given free rein to do whatever the hell we want? Can we rape, pillage, murder, destroy, and then die, kill ourselves, or live a lifetime in chaos, and walk away from it and be openly allowed to go back into heaven? Like, I was raised Catholic, but I am not Catholic. But I believe in Jesus, I believe in God, I believe in angels, I believe in saints. Does that make me Catholic? Some people say maybe, but no, I'm not Catholic. I believe the truth is found within all of us. In all of us, we can find the truth about ourselves. So, what does that mean? The truth within all of us. To go within ourselves to find out what our true path is. Because my path is different than yours. My path could be different than someone else's. Does it really matter whose path is right? No. Because if you already know what your path is, then you're doing the right thing. You can mess up, you mess up. But ultimately, you try your hardest to be the best person that you can be. I have an issue with people thinking they can do whatever the hell they want and walk away and never have to have any repercussions at all. Because of what I've seen, what I experienced in my lifetime. When I see God, He doesn't tell me I'm going to burn in hell. Never. Doesn't mention it at all. So I don't have the hell thing that people think. I don't have the judgment thing that people think. It's not about judgment. We judge ourselves horribly. If we all had the capacity to come to this earth, do whatever we want and leave without having any, like a robot type scenario, and then walk away, would we have as much fragmentation? No, I believe we wouldn't. But what have we done to all the people that we hurt? All those people that don't have the ability and the understanding that you did. They fragment horribly. They judge themselves. They judge you, the person that did it to them. A good example would be Lucifer, or Genghis Khan, Napoleon, Hitler. A lot of good examples of evil people. What they caused all kinds of problems. They all did all kinds of horrific acts. But every single time we condemn them, we condemn a part of ourselves. See the problem? The cycle of condemning, the cycle of hate. It creates more hate. It creates darkness within the earth. It creates fragmentations of your soul that get trapped within yourself and within the earth. When we die and do horrific things, yes, a part of our soul is definitely going to go to heaven. But there's parts of it that are going to be trapped within the earth, trapped within different dimensions. But a lot of it, because we're on earth, will be trapped within the earth. That is my understanding. That's what I see. And I tell you right now, we're pretty damn hard on ourselves. Really hard on ourselves. Not easy. So ask yourself, if I went out today and I decided to lose it, start doing the most horrific things, and I don't need to go into details, horrific things to people, to animals, to trees, that I can walk away from this world by just blowing my brains out when I'm done, and nothing will be done with it. I'll be okay. I can just walk into heaven and everything will be forgiven. Think about that. The question is, would you forgive yourself? The first question you need to ask. Would you forgive yourself? If you say, as soon as you hesitate, there's a part of you that's going to be left behind, because you're going to create your own hell based on what you did. You're going to create your own punishment. God doesn't want us to punish ourselves. God wants us to understand that we come here, we're given the free will to do and what we want to do the things in the right way, to understand that there is a right and wrong way of doing things. See, people think that God punishes us, and they think that's what a lot of times when I speak, or when other people speak about this subject, or, oh, he's just a religious person, and he's just basically saying that there's a God and he's going to condemn people to hell. No, that's not what I'm saying. That's what you're saying, not what I say. What I say is you're going to condemn yourself to hell. You're going to create a fragmentation in your soul that's going to create your own hell existence. You're going to create your own anguish. You're going to create your own misery. And it's going to be stuck within this world, and it's going to have an effect on every soul, because we're all together. So when you create your nightmare, you create a nightmare for me, and I create a nightmare for somebody else that goes off and on and on and on and on and on and on. So that's why nothing ever changes. That's why we go through a cycle of hate, war, anguish. Because think about it. At some point you think we would have got it right. At some point you think if we came here and was reset every time, because there is nothing left, remember, we die, everything's forgiven, everything gets transformed, and we're in this beautiful light, and everything that we did and everybody that we hurt, when they'll die and they'll end up becoming perfect. You think when we come back, you think we'd get it right once, wouldn't you? We wouldn't have those horrific things in our minds. How many people, raise your hand, gets things in their minds, gets thoughts that'll come in that we don't know where they're coming from? Maybe they're coming from John down the street, Jane, Mary, Christopher. You gotta remember we're connected. So everything you do affects everyone and everything. So if you believe you're going to go to heaven, you'll probably go to heaven of a version of what you think it is. Well, but the problem we run into is that what we think is not what it is exactly, because we really don't know what truly is after death. So if you think you're going to be walking in a rainbow field, you're walking a rainbow field. If you believe you deserve it. If you believe you deserve it. If you think you're going to go to hell, you're going to create a hell. And that is going to echo through every lifetime until you transform it. And it's going to go through every other person's lifetime until you can actually transform it. You have to be the one to do it. Because if you created that echo, you have to. You're the one that is the only one that can truly transform and heal that. I can help you. I can bring it to your attention so you can let it go and you can heal it, because you might not even be aware of it. And that's where we come in. People that do healing like I do soul retrieval and that type of work. We bring to your attention things that need to be let go. Things that you're holding on to from past lives, and it can be very, very old. But it allows your soul to heal it, to let it go once and for all. So that next lifetime, those reflections in this lifetime, the reflections fade. It's funny, these people are very judgmental. They'll say all kinds of things about me and other people that they don't even understand what they're talking about. Because they even will say, because of my beliefs and my understanding of my understanding, they want to put their own beliefs on me and to you. I'm here to tell you that you go within yourself to find your own personal truth. I'm here to show you that you are powerful. You're the most powerful being that you'll ever meet. You are the one that you've been looking for. You, no one else. So if you want to change your life, then you change your life. If you want to heal, then you heal. That's what life's about. So let's stop blaming everyone else for our own problems. We always like to blame and point fingers at everybody, but realistically, look in the damn mirror. And we're told this over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, but you just dismiss it. He made me do it, she made me do it, the devil made me do it, Lucifer made me do it. You look at yourself. Why did you do it? Why did you do it? And ask yourself why you keep blaming for other people for your own shortcomings. Why? I'm here to make you think, to make you realize that all the problems are our own. The spirits are there to help us, God's there to help us, Jesus, the angels are there to help us. But at some point they're saying, okay, enough is enough already. You guys need to wake up and start helping yourselves. And that's what right now is all about. Is us waking up so we can finally start doing things on our own. Finally be able to raise the vibrations of each individual, which raises the vibrations of the world, which raises the vibrations of everything in the universe. So we can transcend. That's what Ascension to me is all about. Is every individual awakening within themselves, which raises the vibrations of everything. Some people say a person will transcend and boop, disappear. Maybe that's true. Who am I to say? But there's also ones that are here to teach others, to help individuals. My understanding is that in order for the earth to transcend, to actually raise its vibration, we each individual have to start working on ourselves. Then and only then the world will transcend. There's a lot of talk about 3D and 5D living. How can you live in a 5D world when we're living in a 3D world? The only way we can go to 5D is if we raise the vibration of the earth so that it can transcend into a 5D reality. So to me, 5D is only accessible when the earth, we actually transcend into that dimension of the earth, because we're in the earth 3D environment. So when we allow the earth to transcend into a 5D, which I don't like this 5D, 3D thing. When I look at dimensions, I see thousands upon thousands upon thousands, an infinite number of dimensions. I don't see numbers on these dimensions. But this is not to put down anybody else's speaking. It's not what this is about. This is about my understanding of what I believe in. Because what you believe in is exactly what you need to believe in at this moment in time, so you will be able to raise your vibration, which then will raise the earth's vibration. So why do we always point fingers at one another? I know we get a lot of debates when we're talking back and forth with each other, and they're like, I'm right, you're wrong. And then you start looking at what you're talking about, and you're talking about the same goddamn thing. It just has different names on it. You look at religions, they argue about everything, and they're arguing about the same goddamn thing. They have a different name attached to it, a different name of an individual. Spiritual people, and then you realize that, wait a second, you're saying the same thing I am. You're just saying it in a different way. You put names on things, you attach things, and you call it this or call it that, but it really is just the same thing. It's kind of amusing in some ways, and it's frustrating in others, because our egos get in the way, even though you try to set your ego aside. The ego being so, our ego does get the best of us sometimes. But that's okay, as long as we're aware of that. So next time we kind of set our ego aside and say, okay, we are talking about the same thing, because da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Oh, then you realize the other person's saying, oh, well, I guess we are talking about the same thing. As you see it differently. I see things differently than you do. I'm going to see the journey state differently than you see the journey state. I'm going to see the world differently. But that's because you're supposed to go down a different path than me. You're a different person. But we're all together in this world. So let's start working together. Thank you very much. And you can, if you want to do a session with me, I offer teaching and journey healings, as well as all kinds of different things. And you can go to my website at www.amonrosawakening.com. I'm also a professional in Northern Lights photography, and you can visit my website. It's www.josephbradleyauroras.com. Thank you very much, everyone, and have a great day.